What's going on, people? It's your boy Benny Bands, and you are tuned into the Culture Show. And today we here at Brewer Dude. And Brewer Dude, they show you how to make beer from the starting process to the end. And today I have the owners with me of Brewer Dude. I have Brandon and I have Nathan. And they're going to show you, maybe not really show you, but give you details on how to make the beer. Tell them how you got into the business, Nathan.
Yeah, so what we did, we started, I started making beer a long time ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of give you the backstory. When I've been making beer for 21 years, I went to college.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts. And I was at an off-campus bookstore, and I walked past a starter kit, and I said, how old do you have to be to buy this kit?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, you don't have to be 21 to buy a kit. It's not beer yet.
Right.
I'm like, man,
I want all the kits.
Yeah, give me one of those. So I took off with that, and I started making beer ever since. And then, maybe, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I met Brandon,
mm-hmm.
and we started making beer together. And then we kind of got an idea for wanting to do some business together.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I adopted 5 kids.
Okay.
And we needed a job where we could be flexible.
Mm-hmm. 5 future brewers.
We're training them right.
Right.
We adopted all of them at once. He's going the slow way. He's got 2 kids and counting.
He's doing the right thing. He's keeping it, in his pants.
Yeah. Well, I don't. He's at 2 now.
Yeah, he's at 2. So he's still young. He might have a few more in him, right?
We got a whole lot of more staff. So he can make more.
Free labor.
Right. That's what we're going for. But so then we said, well, let's do this, and so we started. That's how we started Brewer Dude.
Okay. How about you, Brandon? It seems like you've been brewing since you was about 3 years old.
I met Nate at a job. We worked together, and he asked me to come brew with him for a while. And I showed up one night, and I've been brewing with him since.
Okay, and you like it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun process.
We love the result too.
The result, yeah. Test your own product.
Right.
Test your own product.
If you brew a few months later, you've got all of your previous brews to drink while you're brewing a new beer.
Right.
Just keep something going all the time.
Right. Okay, well, when y'all brewing the beer, is there any type of smell? Does it like you go in these labs and you might see the smell, and you might have to wear these masks and stuff like that. Do you have to do that during the process of making the beer?
You want the smell. I mean, it's a beautiful.
You want the smell.
Yeah, you want that. It's a beautiful. I mean, because making beer is a simple process, but it's basically the primary part of it is you're steeping grains in hot water for a while, and that's like oatmeal porridgey kind of smell.
Okay.
It's a good smell.
We work night shift, and we would brew overnight, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. His neighbors would get up early to go to work, and they would tell him, "Man, I'm sick of this. It always smells so good when I'm leaving for work."
Leaving for work. Okay.
Yeah, it smells like a really good bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, you make the beer. How is it better making the beer opposed to going to the store to buy the beer? I mean.
Well, so I guess we could back up a little. We have everything you need to make beer or wine. And what we do here is we provide home brewers or people who want to be home brewers with all the ingredients, all the equipment. We're a one-stop shop. You can come here and buy everything you need to make beer or wine. We can teach you how to do it, as you said. We can do all that stuff. And I'll be happy to also answer that question and tell you why I think it's better. Number one, as Brandon can tell you, it's cheaper. It's cheaper in most respects. Craft beer, you go out to a brewery and you could pay $6-7 or more for a pint of beer.
Okay.
You're looking at much less than that for beer if you brew it yourself. You may have initial startup expenses may be higher because you may have to buy equipment or whatever to brew beer at home.
Right.
It's not that much though. We're not talking about a whole lot of money.
So it's not a lot of equipment, is what you're saying, to do the home.
Yeah, you can go. There's a couple of different offerings that we can provide you with, where you can go a couple of different routes to get you in a little bit cheaper, but you have some flexibility.
Okay.
There. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's still cheaper
Okay.
for you, and it's better. You know what you put in it. You made it at home. It's a communal thing. You can make it with your family.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, it's good for holidays, especially, huh?
man,
One of my favorite things to do is bring, hey, Christmas time, Thanksgiving.
Right.
Try this. Me and my buddy made this. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, exactly. Then
It's fun to share.
2 hours later, it was some good beer, man.
believe it or not, though, a lot of homebrewers, don't really have excess, alcohol. It's not about, it's not about getting drunk. It's,
Right.
You'd be surprised, and I was too when I got into the homebrewing scene. It's in moderation.
It's in moderation.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all about it. They're pretty moderate drinkers.
Okay.
They like the flavor of beer. They like the social aspect of it. And here in Lexington, you're really lucky. In Lexington, there's a homebrew club in Lexington.
Right,
so,
okay. We'll talk about that.
yeah.
About the homebrew club.
Yeah, it's called the Brewers of Central Kentucky.
Okay.
And there's about 150 of them. They meet at a different brewery every week.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and it's
Just try a beer. Do y'all sample the beer and
so
stuff like that?
home brewers will bring their own beers that they've made, and they'll come. And if you didn't make any beer or you're new, you're still welcome to come out. You can go to bachbrew.com.
Bach Brew.
Yeah, bachbrew.com, and come out and hang out. Look for me. I'm at every one of them. If you don't, you might not recognize a face.
Okay.
But if you see my face, you will not meet a stranger. I promise you.
So y'all show how to make the beer, but y'all don't sell the beer. So the other breweries, do they sell their own beer?
Yeah, because we're not necessarily a brewery. We're just a homebrew store.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So the breweries, yeah, they definitely make theirs and sell their beer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But we meet at those breweries because we want to, give them a little bit of business, but we also can bring our homebrew there, and they have larger meeting spaces and that kind of thing. So it's pretty nice to do that.
I'm looking at this bag right here. What's in that bag right there?
Actually, that's just, I'll pull one up here so you can see it. That's just rice hulls. That's not even grain.
Is this needed to make the beer though?
Sometimes if you're doing all grain and you're doing something with a lot of wheat in it, it can clog up your filtration process. That's when you eat rice. That was on the outside of the rice. That was the whole.
That's
rice
the outside of the rice.
before you got.
This is what we eating, people.
Well,
This is what we eating.
that was on the outside. They take that off.
Culture show.
Yeah.
We are eating this, man, not rice. Oh man, that's crazy. It'd be nice if there was something else doing it, man. No, I'm just playing.
Well, you can try it. That's in the back.
So what all ingredients are in it to make a beer?
So you have to have some fermentables. So that needs to be grain or liquid malt extract, right? So if you don't have the ability to take the grains that we have, if you don't have the grains, you can use liquid malt extract or dry malt extract. So
That's dry.
That's dry. This is liquid. It's like molasses in here.
Which is
right?
better?
Well, they're both very equal, and they both have different properties. It can get kind of technical, but we use both, and home brewers use both.
Okay.
To brew with grain, we have lots of grain in the back there, as you guys saw. But to brew with grain, you need more equipment.
Okay.
All right, so it's a little bit more upfront cost to be able to do that.
Okay.
This cost will have used less equipment. You can do this at home on your kitchen kettle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So less equipment. But you can definitely do that and get you started pretty easy.
Okay, so you need that. How much would something like this cost? Or does it all come together in a kit?
Yeah, you would want to buy it in a kit. Now we sell it individually, so if you want to come in and design your own recipe, you can.
Okay.
But we do sell it in a kit, so you can go to our website, which is brewerdude.com. And you can go to our beer kits and go to extract kits, and you can search any style of kit. But if we don't have the style of kit on there that you're looking for, you can come in or you can call us at 888-337-3137. Find us on Facebook. Send a message by you, telling you to see us, right? Send it with me.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm supporting Brewer Dude, man.
Whatever way, and get us a message, and we'll write a recipe for you.
Okay.
We've been brewing long enough that you tell us a beer you want. If we don't have a recipe for it, we'll design one for you.
Okay. So you got this. Those are the same. what else? Like hops or yeast or?
Well, so we have the fermentables, and then so you'll definitely need hops. There are there's a couple hundred different varieties of hops. The hops that you need depends on the beer that you're making. So you kind of need to have an idea of what kind of beer you want.
How about a malt liquor? Can you make a malt liquor?
Okay, so if you go to our website and you go to the top search bar and it's Uncle Carson's malt liquor.
Malt liquor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Carson's malt liquor.
Got a picture of Billy D. Williams on there. Malt liquor, baby.
Yeah. We named it after my Uncle Carson.
Uncle Carson. He liked the malt liquor.
He did like the malt liquor.
Malt liquor's like what is malt liquor like? Old English? Is that malt liquor?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's like a strong beer with hops.
Yes, it's a real strong.
Also, those malt liquors don't have hops.
Well, they do have hops in it a little bit, but it's not very hop forward. It's just a high alcohol.
Oh,
it's a high alcohol.
Okay.
When
I see the winos before they just be over there.
Yeah.
You get drunk off of that. Okay, but it's high alcohol.
High alcohol, low hop bitterness usually. Yeah.
Okay. So you got the hops.
Yeah. So and then once you've got your you got an idea for your fermentables, you've got your hops, and now you're talking about your yeast. And we have liquid yeast, you have dry yeast. There's different reasons for both.
Mm-hmm.
When you're kind of beginning, you probably want to use dry yeast.
Okay. Why dry yeast?
It requires less skill.
Okay.
Open it up, the packet, pour it in, and you're done.
Okay, it's like opposed to the liquid yeast that y'all showed me previously.
Right.
Okay.
You cannot go to the store and buy brewer's yeast. That brewer's yeast that is a store it's a nutrient. It's it's like a food.
Okay.
Folks are Google and stay off Reddit.
Right.
Stay off of Reddit. Don't come see me if you want to make beer. But don't go buy brewer's yeast at the store. That might cost you $4 or $5 for that. A pack of dried yeast from me. Again, it's a couple of bucks, $3 or $4 maybe, $5, somewhere in there. It's not very expensive, and it's the right kind of yeast that you need. That is not the right kind of yeast that you need.
And you've got so many variables of yeast, you can find the one that's targeting the style you want.
Okay, all right.
So if you like Corona or you like Guinness, we've got a yeast for either one and all in between.
If you're making that malt liquor, you do not.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is yeast going malt liquor?
Yeah, definitely, because someone's got to convert all that sugar into alcohol. Yeast eats sugar, and when it eats sugar, it has a byproduct. Just like when you eat food, you got a byproduct too. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants your byproduct.
No, it comes out the wrong end.
Nobody wants your byproduct, but the yeast byproduct we do want because it expels CO2 and alcohol. We want both of those things. So that's what we want.
All right. So you got the yeast, you got the hops, you got the different types of grains. So what else is it after that?
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
A lot of water?
Well, a lot of water. And you're going to ferment, you'll ferment your beer for a period of time. There are basically two categories of beer. There are ales and there's lagers. So if you said that you wanted to come in and you said, Brewer Dude, hey, you guys, I want to make a Bud Light. And we can help you make a Bud Light clone.
Okay.
We can almost nail a Miller High Life for you.
Wow.
Just about do that. However, the problem with it is that is a cold fermenting beer, and if you do not have a way to ferment that at a specific temperature, you're not going to be able to make that at home. So you, as a beginner, are probably going to be isolated to just doing ales.
Ales.
Yeah, just going to be able.
The ales and lagers, I know that you said they're different, but the lagers, are they darker than the ales?
No, a lager can be light. Look, Bud Light, it's a lager.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I ain't know that.
It has to do with fermented cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No heat.
Well, it's not. Ales are fermented at room temperature. Lagers are fermented at cold.
Okay.
Around 60 degrees. 55, 60 degrees, around there somewhere. So.
Okay. All right.
That's really the only difference. So you have to have something to keep it at that range and stay there. You can't swing. You have to have a very specific temperature probe or something that keeps it there. So.
I see you got these bottles right here.
Yeah.
So y'all make bottles too, or do you?
So we sell bottles. We sell the different bottles because you may sometimes different styles of beer require different type of bottling. Some Belgian bottles will have a higher that have higher pressure in them because they're going to be carbonated differently. So you want to bottle those in thicker bottles, but because it will stand higher pressure.
Oh yeah.
But but your normal regular for most beginners, which is probably what we're talking about, but for most beginners, which is regular 12-ounce bottles, and you want to put your beer in brown bottles most of the time because anytime the sun hits beer, it destroys it, makes it taste good.
Okay. Well, I know y'all in the community, and I don't know what the community is saying about your business, but are y'all worried about putting Budweiser out of business?
Well,
y'all teaching everybody how to make beer.
Yeah.
Soon nobody want to go to the store.
Be that lucky.
Listen, I'd be very happy to put Budweiser out of business. They're a foreign-owned conglomerate, and they're owned by a foreign company, and I would love to have nothing more to to do that.
Yeah, mess their bottom line up.
I'd love to put a dent in that. I have no problem with that. We are local. We want to support our community. We'd love for local folks to learn how to brew beer, and we think they should.
So what do you want to, I guess, get out of creating this business and showing people how to make beer? What is your goal out of this, or do you have a goal out of this? You just did something that you was passionate about.
I mean, I'm really passionate about beer, and I believe a lot in Nate and his visions.
Okay.
And I believe everybody should try to brew beer at least once. And we always invite, if we're brewing beer, next Saturday, me and him brewing beer, I'm going to invite anybody who's interested.
Okay.
And even if you never want to brew beer,
I'm interested.
even if you walk away from that and you say, that's not for me, you can still show up and you can have a good time. Okay. Because it's a process and it's a social gathering.
Right.
And
I guess just trying to get people to, get used to the idea of, I guess, homebrew beer, whatever, and just try different things.
Right. But it's a good time to meet up with people.
Right. Yeah, socialize.
Because it's a long process, so you've got plenty of time to talk. And
keep in mind, when you brew beer, it's not going to be done that day. You can't be drinking it that day.
Right.
It takes 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you can drink it.
Oh, it takes that long?
Yeah. That's always an important part that I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
See, like,
either drink the beer you made last time, or bring some.
See, people, I thought I was going to be able to drink beer that night. You got to wait a whole 4 weeks.
That's why you always have multiple. Once you get done brewing one, you wait about 2 weeks, you start another, you just keep on.
So it's basically like these bourbon plants that got around here that have been aging for so long.
Yeah, they just keep on doing another batch.
Okay, keep it going.
Keep us pickled.
Keep you pickled.
Right.
All right, that's right. So y'all use I'm glad I brought that up. Do y'all use different bottles, I guess, to age the beer?
So most people will use a carboy like this, a glass carboy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a glass carboy. It's about a 6-gallon glass carboy.
And there's several different styles.
There's lots of them, right?
So that's what you were doing there for the ferment, correct?
That's right, to ferment in there.
And it's got to be cold though. Is that what you were saying?
If it's a lager, you're making.
It's a lager if I'm making, but an LA it can be.
If it's an ale, it does.
Oh, I said LA. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else y'all got going on with Brewer Dude? What y'all got any upcoming events? Can anybody catch y'all anywhere doing anything?
So we often will brew outside on the sidewalk. You can catch us out there. We like to try to engage the community, so we'll brew out on the sidewalk. Folks that want to see us brew.
How many days a week do you do that? Try once, twice a week? Or do you have a certain schedule?
We'll actually, we don't really do that every week on the outside, but we probably brew every week inside.
Okay.
So if you want to see us brew, you can stop by or call us, and you can just give us your name or phone number or email address, and we'll let you know. We'll contact you. And we'll let you know if this is the next brewing date that we have scheduled or whatever. We'll probably, we'll probably be brewing this Saturday. On an electronic brewing system indoors.
Okay.
But you don't have to wait for that. We do have homebrew classes, and it's on a rolling schedule. Our homebrew classes for $59. It's a 4 to 6 hour class. I say 4 to 6 hours because it just depends on how many questions are asked and how much.
So it's one class?
It's one class. Yep.
So it's not broke up. It's straight 4 to 6 hours.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
It's an afternoon.
Okay.
It's an afternoon class. But you know, because you're making beer, and that's our class, and you get to keep the equipment. So you get a homebrew kit with you. Yeah.
Okay.
You get a 1 gallon homebrew kit and the whole $9 with it. Yeah.
$59. That ain't bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
a 1 gallon kit will make only make 12 bottles, but you can keep that and you can continue to make other batches of beer if you want to, and experiment with that at home, and we can keep making kits for you, whatever you'd like to try. But you get to keep that.
Okay.
But you're making the beer here. And you take that home with you, and it's fermenting. But we teach you everything you know here. You get started on it here. You're doing your boil and everything here, and you can take that with you. So
$59 for the class, culture show. He's gonna teach you how to make beer. Well, they both.
Right.
Oh, my guy over here, he's kind of quiet. I don't know what's going on. You know, he's doing all the talking. I guess he's a spokesperson for Brewer Dude.
you can't get over your head. I talk too much.
He likes to talk. But before we get out of here, y'all like to say anything? Give me all your socials or anything, events, any type of thing, anything I want to say?
So those the last 2 things I talked about. Our classes, brewerdude.com is our website. Our Facebook, we'd love for you to like us on there, follow us on there, stop by and see us.
Okay. How about you? Quiet, man.
Just covered it all.
Well, once again, I'm Benny Benz, the Culture Show. We here at Brewer Dude. They're gonna show you how to make beer, not sell it. They say you gotta get a license for that. You know, you gotta have a license for that. But you know, some of your friends and family, backyard bullying or whatever, you know, it's a good thing to have your own homemade beer. Just come down and see them. They down on 7th Street. Brewer Dude, good guys. Benny Benz. I'm out.
It's the Culture Show. It's the Culture Show. Culture Show. Benny Benz. Benny Benz. Benny Benz. It's the Culture Show. Woo. Woo. Culture Show. Got rappers and actors on this show. Got upcoming comedians waiting to blow. Singers and athletes, authors writing that heat. Got businessmen talking dividends. Got DJs, go DJ, go DJ, go DJ. Yeah, fashion experts that's waiting on deck. Might have a couple strippers that's coming on next. Bottom line, ain't no telling who'll be on this show. Tune in and catch the wave on the Culture Show. Benny Benz, that's my man. Benny Benz, that's my man.